everyone, so you've been working hard, dreaming big, and now the idea of securing that enviable job abroad is dancing in your head. I get it, we all want to spread our wings and fly high. But hey, landing that job is just the beginning of your financial adventure. Let's dive into the finer details of making your dreams a reality. You know, there are around 32 million NRIs and PIOs living their best lives outside India, and that number is skyrocketing by 2.5 million each year. That's a lot of dreams taking flight. Now, why is everyone so keen on moving abroad? Well, it's not just about sightseeing. It's about boosting your financial and social status. Alright, so you've made the move and you're settling into your new life. But hold up, this is just the first step towards achieving those financial goals. You've got to play your cards right to grow that wealth and turn your dreams into reality. And guess what? It doesn't happen overnight. You need some serious financial finesse. Picture this, you're sipping your coffee in your new city and you start wondering, how can I make the most of my overseas employment and grow my wealth simultaneously? Well, that's the million-dollar question, and lucky for you, I've got the answers. Let's dive into the steps in order to achieve this. First things first, you need to know where you're going. Define your financial goals. Next step is to understand your risk appetite and risk-return perspective. The third step is to start investing, asset allocation, and diversification. Have you considered investing in India? Add Indian investments to your radar, which is the next logical step while building your portfolio. Fifth, and a critical factor, is not forgetting to plan for retirement. The sixth step is to understand the importance of insurance and getting adequate coverage. And the last step is to understand the universal truth. Taxation is real. Ever wondered why we invest? Well, it's all about enhancing the value of that initial investment to meet our future financial needs. Sounds like a plan, right? But hold on, we're not hopping onto the investment train without a roadmap. So let's first talk about the strategy. First things first, what's your game plan? What are your financial goals? Take a moment, look at your income, your expenses, the whole shebang. Because my friends, your financial goals are the compass guiding your investment journey. Then comes budgeting. Who loves budgeting? Anyone? It's like creating a financial GPS. List your income, list your expenses, and voila! You've got a snapshot of your financial life. But hey, let's break down those expenses. Fixed or recurring expenses, the regulars, rent, school fees, insurance premiums, the bills that keep rolling in. You don't have much control over these, but they're part of the game. Then we have the wild card, variable expenses. Dining out, gas, groceries, entertainment, the fun stuff. You can't avoid them entirely, but here's the trick. Plan and control. That's your ticket to improving your savings potential. Now that you've got a handle on your savings potential, let's talk about goals. Buying a car, a house, your kids' education, and the big one, retirement. Clear goals, folks, clear goals. When do you need the funds? Immediately, in a few years, or way down the road? Time to get specific. Enter investment horizon. Short term, think school fees due in less than a year. No risks here at all. Then is medium term, maybe a down payment for a home in 3 years. And the long term, hello, retirement corpus, 10 years or more down the road. So all these financial goals can be categorized into the following categories. The first one is short-term financial goals. Goals which would come up within the next 2 to 3 years, which can be categorized as short-term. Then there's medium-term financial goals. The dreams which could be 3 to 5 years away from now. And lastly, there's long-term goals, a set of goals which would come up in 5 years or beyond that can be termed as long-term goals. Goals set? Now allocate that surplus from your budget based on your investment horizon. Pick the right asset class considering your risk appetite. This, my friends, is the foundation for efficient financial management. And now it's time to deep dive into the world of risks and rewards in the investment game. So buckle up, because we're about to decode the mysteries of your risk tolerance. Now, what exactly is risk tolerance? It's basically your superpower in the financial universe, your ability to handle risk. Think of it as the degree of risk you're willing to dance with, considering the roller coaster ride of investments and the returns they bring. But here's the plot twist. Everyone's risk tolerance is different. It's like choosing your adventure based on your unique characteristics. There's age, profession, income, experience in the investing world, family background. Now, these are the factors essentially that shape your risk tolerance. It's like your financial DNA. All right, let's talk about age. Young guns in the investment arena usually lean towards riskier assets. They're the risk-loving rebels, ready to take on the world. On the flip side, those approaching retirement, well, they prefer stable and safe investments. Thank you very much. Now let's play a game of risk ranking. There's stocks, equities, mutual funds. They're the daredevils of the investment world. On the other hand, you have bonds, fixed deposits. They're the steady eddies, the stable players. Now buckle up for the three categories of investors based on their risk tolerance. First up, we have the aggressive investors. These folks are ready to roll the dice for that potentially higher return. They're diving headfirst into stocks, maybe with just a tiny safety net in bonds. Next on the list, the moderate investors. They want growth, they want returns, but without losing too much sleep over it. It's a balanced game for them, stocks and bonds, a 50-50 or 60-40 kind of a party. And then we have the conservative investors. These are the cautious ones, often seniors or those inching closer to retirement. They're not willing to play with fire. They stick to safe harbors like money markets, short-term securities, and fixed deposits. Now, where do you fit in this entire financial jigsaw puzzle? Well, you can take a quick detour through online questionnaires to gauge your risk tolerance. It's like a virtual roadmap to your financial adventure. In a nutshell, remember the golden rule: no gain without pain. Remember, life is all about managing risk. Manage risk in each asset class and build it part of your portfolio that helps achieving your financial goals. Now let's talk about the smart approach to building wealth. Now we all have that friend. Let's call him Naveen. Well, Naveen's throwing his money into fixed deposits, mutual funds, shares without a game plan. When he needs cash for his folks back in India, he just cashes out randomly. Not the brightest move, right? Now you and I, we are cut from a different cloth. We know that investing is not a random game, it's a strategic play. So let's break it down. First things first, there's a whole orchestra of asset classes: stocks, fixed income, gold, real estate, you name it. And guess what? Each of these assets has its own rhythm, dancing differently in the short term, medium term, and long term. Now, this is where the magic of asset allocation comes into play. Asset allocation is like composing a symphony with your investments. It's about distributing your assets smartly across different classes based on your investment horizon and, of course, your risk tolerance. Instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, you spread them out to moderate the risk. It's like creating a financial safety net. And then we have the supporting act, diversification. This is where you mix things up a bit. You spread your investments across various sources to minimize the risk within the same asset class. It's like having multiple income streams, enhancing your stability and potentially boosting your returns. Now let's talk about the rock star of wealth building, equity diversification. This is your VIP pass to building substantial wealth. Spread your investments across locations, sectors, industries. It's like playing the market and business cycles to your advantage. Now, for all you adventurous souls, there's an extra layer to this symphony: alternative assets. You can consider real estate investment trusts or REITs, or a startup investment as well. High risk, high reward. But remember, it's like surfing the big waves. Extensive research and analysis are your surfboards. So guys, invest with a purpose. Allocate wisely, diversify strategically, and dance to the rhythm of wealth building. Let's have a heart-to-heart about something exciting: investing in the powerhouse that's India. Now you might be wondering, why India? Well, my friends, buckle up, because there are some compelling reasons that make investing in India a smart move. First off, let's talk about the elephant in the room: India's GDP. It's been on a consistent growth spree for decades, and rumor has it that it might snag a top 3 spot in the global economy within the next decade. While some economies are doing the cha-cha with doubts, India has been a shining star, boogieing to constant growth. With a stable political scenario and a forecasted GDP growth of 7% in the next 5 years, investing in India is like catching a front row seat to an economic blockbuster. Now, why is this growth a big deal for your investments? Well, it's simple. Industries are flourishing and returns from Indian investments are hitting the high notes compared to others. Your investment corpus could grow faster than you can say compound interest. Think about your dependent family. Wouldn't it be great if they had easy access to your funds for emergencies or even for routine expenses? Well, that's where smart investment options come into play, and guess what? The Indian government throws in some tax benefits as well for NRI investments, adding a dash of that extra flavor to the financial mix. Now let's talk about options. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, hybrid funds, fixed deposits, gold, real estate, REITs, you name it. There's a buffet of choices to match your investment horizon and risk profile. Ever thought about keeping that emotional connection alive through investments in real estate? It's not just about numbers. It's about having a secure living space for you and your dependents. The rental yield and capital appreciation from Indian real estate can be the secret sauce for an attractive portfolio diversification. And here's a thought. India as a retirement haven, settling down close to relatives, enjoying better market yields, and let's not forget the luxury of having a domestic help at a reasonable cost. A privilege that's hard to find anywhere else. So my fellow Globetrotters, think about it. Investing in India is not just about numbers, it's about being a part of the growth story here, securing your future and enjoying the vibrant tapestry of this incredible country. We must talk about something that might not be the hottest topic at the dinner table, but it's crucial for a happy and comfortable life. Yes, you guessed it right, retirement planning. Now, I know it's not the most exciting thing to talk about, especially when you're living the good life abroad with that regular income. But please bear with me because it's a game changer. So here's the deal. Many of us get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, buying a house, repaying our loans, planning for our kids' education and retirement. Well, that often takes a back seat. But here's the catch. Starting early is key. Don't push retirement planning to the back burner. Make it a habit, a routine of sorts. It's like planting a money tree that will provide shade when the work-life sun sets. Now, why start early? Simple, the magic of compounding. The real return after inflation might seem small in the short term, but trust me, in the long run, it's the secret sauce to a decent retirement corpus. It's the financial equivalent of planting seeds and watching them grow into a mighty oak. But hold on, retirement planning isn't just about numbers. It's about lifestyle choices. Where do you want to retire? That's a crucial decision that should not be rushed. A balanced approach is the key. Since retirement is a long-term investment, please consider putting a chunk of your money in equities and equity-based mutual funds. It's almost like adding stability to your financial journey. Every country has its own retirement plans with different withdrawal and repatriation routes. Take the US for example. They've got individual retirement accounts or IRAs like traditional, Roth, SEP, Simple, each with its own tax benefits. And trust me, you'll want to tap into these options to grow your retirement corpus because hey, who doesn't like a little tax advantage, right? And for NRIs, there's the National Pension Scheme or NPS back in India. It's a nifty tool offering different investment options catering to your risk profile with yields ranging from 9% to 11% over a 5-year term. But of course, there are restrictions and it's essential to dig into the nitty-gritties before diving in. So guys, let's not just live in the moment. Let's plan for a future where we can sip our favorite drinks on a beach somewhere, knowing that our money is working hard for us. Retirement might seem like a distant land right now, but trust me, the journey is more enjoyable when you've got a well-prepared roadmap. Next, let's look into a topic that might not be the life of the party, but is an absolute must: insurance. In a world of uncertainties, it's all about expecting the unexpected and ensuring that your family's financial future is secure. So let's get into the finer details of insurance planning. Now, when we talk about insurance, it's not just about ticking a box. It's about covering all your bases. Are your dependent parents in India taken care of? What about your immediate family? The key here is to ensure that the coverage aligns with both short-term and long-term financial needs. Think of it as a safety net that catches you when life throws a curveball. But here's the kicker: inflation. Don't forget to factor that in. Your coverage should not just meet today's needs, but should also be a shield against the rising costs of the future. It's like future-proofing your financial security. Adding riders to your insurance policy is like customizing it to fit your family's unique needs. Critical illness, personal accident, waiver of premium, these are the superheroes that come to the rescue, especially when your insurance is tied to specific goals, whether it's your child education, marriage, etc. A word of caution: watch out for the traps laid by overly enthusiastic bank relationship managers or even insurance agents for that matter. Many NRIs find themselves stuck with unit-linked insurance plans or ULIPs that have lengthy premium payment periods and poor exit options. Remember, insurance is for risk cover and it's not just any investment scheme. Speaking of health, it's another crucial aspect. Your employer might provide health insurance, but having your own is like an added layer of security. Why? Well, getting a health insurance policy post-retirement can be a challenge, and having your own policy earlier comes with an added list of benefits. Choosing a reliable insurance provider is half the battle won. Nominate your beneficiaries, keep records of policy details, and stay in the loop about premium payments as well. It's like having a well-organized safety vault for your family's financial security. And let's not forget about your parents in India, right? A health policy or a top-up plan is a thoughtful move, making sure that they have the coverage that they need. So friends, whether it's term insurance for risk cover or health insurance for peace of your mind, make sure your family's financial fortress is well fortified. You shouldn't forget the crucial aspect of your investment journey: taxes. It might not be the most thrilling topic, but trust me, it's the key to avoiding those nasty financial surprises down the road. So buckle up as we navigate the world of taxation in the realm of investments. First things first, every country has its own set of taxation rules. It's like a financial puzzle, and you need to understand how it fits into your investment plans. Rarely will you find a product that's exempt from taxes throughout its life cycle. So let's talk about post-tax returns, because some seemingly attractive investments might lose their shine when you factor in the taxes. Let's take a stroll through the United States, the land of 401k accounts. While there's a tax advantage with these accounts, any withdrawal before hitting 59.5 years is considered income plus a cheeky 10% penalty. Imagine losing a chunk of your hard-earned $10,000 up to $3,200 in taxes and penalties if you're in the 22% tax bracket. Now back in India, we have the National Pension Scheme. Tax advantage while investing is a sweet deal, but here's the catch. At least 40% of the maturity must be annuitized and 60% can be withdrawn as a lump sum. It's the taxation tango that you need to be aware of. Speaking of India, as an NRI, you're not off the hook when it comes to taxes. There's tax deduction at source or TDS on your income, interest, dividends, rents, capital gains at rates ranging from 2% to 31.2%. The catch? You can only claim a refund by submitting your income tax return within the due date. So stay on top of those deadlines. Now this is where it gets a bit tricky: cross-border taxation. You might enjoy tax exemptions in India, but your host country may have other plans. That's where Double Tax Avoidance Agreement or DTAA comes into play. With over 90 countries in India's DTAA club, you can potentially claim tax credits in your resident country for taxes paid in India. It's like a financial handshake between nations. Before you spread your wings and migrate overseas, make sure you have settled all your tax dues in your home country. It's all about avoiding those unpleasant surprises in your new abode. Understand the DTAA between the countries to dodge the potential risk of double taxation, because it'll be like giving your finances a passport to smooth sailing. So fellow financial explorers, remember to factor in taxes when plotting your investment costs. Okay, we've covered quite a bit on the roller coaster ride that is the world of investments, haven't we? Now, as we wrap up, I want you to leave with a few parting thoughts to keep in mind on this thrilling journey. Navigating the investment landscape can be overwhelming, right? It's like exploring uncharted territories with opportunities on one side and challenges on the other. But here's the thing. What we've discussed so far is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a whole world of considerations out there. So whether you're eyeing that dream retirement, planning for your children's education, or simply aiming to grow your wealth, do remember that the world of investments is vast, dynamic, and full of surprises. But armed with knowledge and a strategic mindset, you can confidently steer through the waves with ease. Here's to a prosperous and rewarding financial journey ahead.